Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Amy, how you doing today?
I'm doing excellent.
All right. Candid Conversations with me and my sister. Candid Conversation, won't you join in with us? Candid Conversations with me and my sister. Candid Conversation, won't you join with us? Yeah, yeah.
You always have to go to church. You can't leave church out of nothing, can
I
you?
can't do it. I can't do it. It is
You can't
Sunday.
leave church out.
No, it's in my blood. It's in my DNA. And somebody
It's
say,
in your bones. It's
oh,
deep
yes.
within your spirit.
Oh, yes. To all our viewers, thank you so much for joining us. As you're coming in, please like and share the video. We want to expand our reach. Don't forget, if you've been enjoying the show, do us a favor. Like and share the video. It means so much to us, don't it, Amy?
It do. I need to get something to pull this hair back because I've got to get used to it.
Well, let's do our disclaimer while you're fixing your hair. The disclaimer is we are not representing any entity. We're not representing any work. We're not representing any church. These are our own thoughts. These are our own views on various subjects. So I'm representing myself, Robinette Reed, and my sister is representing herself. And you are?
I'm representing myself, Amina.
Amina is in the house. We have so much to talk about today. Thank
Oh
you
my
so much. I
goodness.
see the like. I see the like. Thank you so much. If you have any question, any comment, tell us where you're watching us from. I mean, my sister wants you thumping in the comment section, and we will definitely try to acknowledge you and reply. Welcome.
Something in the chat.
Ah, it's a happy Sunday, Amy. It's a wonderful Sunday.
Ooh, it's a wonderful Sunday.
All right. Amy, let's get into it. Let's get into
Okay,
it. Who
so
are you?
yes. I want to let everyone know who I am. My name is Amina Legrand,
Mm-hmm.
and I help business owners navigate challenges by guiding you to clarity. So, I am a business consultant. So, if you need clarity and you can't figure out the next step, call me.
I felt that in my sanctified bones. If you need a little bit of clarity, contact Amina LeGrand, and she'll help you see clearly. She will help see you your way out
You
of
see these glasses?
2020.
You see these glasses?
Yeah, those are nice. I like them.
I can help you see.
I can see
I can help
clearly
you.
now. The rain is gone.
Yes.
All right, great, Amy. And I am Robinette Reed. I am a minister of the gospel. I am a nurse practitioner. I am a singer. I am whatever. I have so many titles, Amy. But
I'm spilling my drink. It's going down my chest. I thought this was twisted on right. Y'all disregard what's going on over here.
well, let me finish with my who am I, Amy?
Yes,
I can
please.
help motivate you to be all that you can be in life. And I can do this through biblical and practical teachings and tools that you can apply to your everyday life. And it can expand your horizon and be better. That's who I am. That's who I am.
Yes.
So
I like
I'm the
it.
jumper cables to your dead battery.
Yeah.
I can get you started. And then you can take it and drive it and go see Amy, and she'll inspire you to keep it going.
Hold on. See, you already know you can only get them to a certain point.
Right.
Because it takes a lot. I mean, to get somebody motivated,
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of work.
Yes.
Because it usually only lasts a little bit for so long. And so
Mm-hmm.
then they need some more jumper cables
Right.
to get them going. That's a lot because you always jump in the car. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
inspired,
Mm-hmm.
you hear me?
Yeah.
If you're living based on inspiration, you don't need no jumper cables. You always in the flow.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
All right. But peradventure, your battery is dead and you didn't pay attention to when the car start, jerking a little bit. Peradventure, I'll
Yes.
definitely spark you right on up and get you revved up and get you going. All
Yes.
right. Amy, we are here. I told the people to pop their popcorn, to get their tea, get ready to sip, because we got to dig into some very in-depth
Woo!
conversations tonight.
I don't even know if they ready for these in-depth conversations yet. We try to give them a little piece at a time.
Yeah, just a little peekaboo. A little peekaboo.
We just tried to give them a little peekaboo, and
Mm-hmm.
then it starts building the traction. So we're going to go ahead and tell the truth. We're going to go ahead and be transparent. We're going to
Yeah.
go ahead and help somebody.
Yes. So, Amy, I wanted to talk about the vaccines. And if
Mm.
who's ever's on here, please share and like the video because we have to talk about the vaccines, the COVID vaccine. And I want to put on my nurse
Oh, Lordy.
practitioner hat as I begin to delve into the coronavirus vaccine. Because so many people have asked me my opinion, Amy. I said, well, we could just talk about it on our show and give some little nuggets. So I am aware that people are nervous because this is a new vaccine. I know a lot of people don't like the regular vaccines or the routine vaccines that we give the kids these days. So now we have people who have anxiety about those vaccines. Now there's something new that they have to try to digest, and it makes people nervous. And so when anything is new, it takes a little while to swallow, Amy. And so I wanted to give people a few little
I'm taking
tips.
notes. I'm taking notes. Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to give people a few tips about this virus. And I wanted to give a full disclaimer that I've already made my reservation to get the virus. I mean, to get the COVID vaccine, not the
Oh,
virus.
yes.
To
I'm
get the
glad you
COVID
changed
vaccine.
that. I'm glad you changed that.
Yeah, to get the COVID vaccine. Now, research tells us that when we look back on our Black history, because I want to start there, because I posted something on my wall and people started saying a lot of things about the conception that Black people have as it relates to vaccines because of the history of vaccines in this country, of the history of the medical profession, the history of the Tuskegee experiment, or the history of the GYN Dr. Sims, who was performing procedures on Black slave women without anesthesia, and it was real horrible. I mean, he was doing all kind of procedures and things on Black slaves back in the day, and then move up to the Tuskegee experiment. And we all know, I don't know if your viewers or the viewers know, the Tuskegee experiment was an experiment where they used Black men as their guinea pigs to learn about the stages of syphilis. But it wasn't with their consent. They didn't know that they were going to be in this particular study. And so with that in mind, Amy, I know that there's already a negative view as it relates to healthcare in this country, as it relates to African Americans. And so I posted on my wall a comment about the vaccine, and people started talking. And people don't trust, from what I'm gathering, Amy, people don't trust the system based on history. But we have to look not only at the negative history, But we have to look at the positive history as well. We have to look at the fact that in this country, polio it's almost non-existent. We don't even have to worry about polio because of the vaccine that we give our children. And we don't have to worry about measles, mumps, rubella. We don't have to worry about those because we vaccinate our children when they're young to avoid those devastating conditions. So if we look at the negative, we have to look at the positive, and then we have to balance out, and we have to make a sound decision based on research. So now we come up to the COVID vaccine, and we say, what is this new COVID vaccine that everybody is talking about? Well, this COVID vaccine is definitely new. It's an mRNA vaccine. And in simple terms, I want the people to know what it is. Not scientific terms, not anything that's confusing, but simple terms is they're taking a spike protein off of the coronavirus, Amy. And they're taking is not the virus, it's a protein off of the virus. And then they're injecting it into you. And that protein tells your cell, once it recognizes the coronavirus vaccine, to build up an immune response. So it tells your body to fight if you see that virus. So that's how you're going to build up antibodies once you get that protein in your system. Amy, are you following me? No scientific terms, just general terms, general talk. So when you get the vaccine, I don't think there's much to be afraid about. It's not going to change your DNA. Research has told us that. They already, the CDC and everybody already told us that it's not going to change your DNA. It's a mRNA vaccine, okay? It is new, granted. But I believe that the benefits outweigh the risk. And I want to say it again, that I myself have already signed up to get the vaccine. I have a date and I have a time, and it's coming up real soon. I may have to let you guys in on that, Amy. I may have to video that or take a picture or something.
Okay.
So I'm encouraging people as a healthcare provider. I'm encouraging people to get the virus. I mean, I keep saying that. Why am I saying that, Amy?
Why you keep saying that?
To get the vaccine. To get the vaccine.
Loose here.
To get the vaccine. To get the vaccine if you are healthy enough to get the vaccine. Do you get that part? If you're healthy enough to get the vaccine, then get the vaccine. If you're not healthy, then don't get the vaccine. If you have a weak immune system, if you have a weak immune system,
can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
You keep going on and on and on and on.
Go ahead.
Goodness, we got the point.
So
you was going and going.
You know I'm passionate.
You be doing that, making me forget what I'm about to say. I know you always do that, and then you end up making me forget what I have to say.
You need to write it down. You need to write it down because that memory is slipping. Oh, okay.
It ain't slipping. What you talking about? You know my memory ain't slipping. No. Anyways, so you know that people they hear all these conspiracy theories.
Yes,
they hear all these conspiracy theories about the coronavirus, and they're looking at the news, and someone is coming out of a building, and she's talking about the coronavirus, and she's passing out, speaking to the reporter or whatever. And they just said she had the coronavirus vaccine. When you're looking at that kind of stuff, that confirms the conspiracies that you've been hearing. So, of course, that creates fear. So then nobody wants to go get the coronavirus because they feel like they're guinea pigs.
Right.
In some kind of science experiment. And some people are saying, hey, look, y'all figure it out first, then I might sign up. Then you got some people that saying, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. You doing something and implanting something in the DNA, and you trying to create another species. I mean, these are the things people are saying. So, I mean, I can see why people will be fearful. You're looking at it from a medical perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, you're looking at it from a medical perspective based on your office that you work in and the patients that you see, right? And then you're
No,
listening to the
no,
news.
no.
No, and you're listening to the news. And so, I mean, you're listening to the CDC. But I'm saying on a micro level, that's a macro, micro. You know what I mean? On a larger scale, there's a lot of people that are scared to take that shot. I mean, that vaccine. They're scared.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I said that in the
And
beginning that I
you're
know
in the
people are
medical.
scared.
You're in the medical. I know.
So what's your
Robin,
question?
I don't think that we can get rid of that. Look, I'm making a point. I'm just making a
Okay,
point.
okay, I understand
And
what you're saying, Amy. I
yeah,
understand
I'm
what
just
you're
making
saying.
a point.
You saying that people
It's
are
not a question.
okay. You're saying that people are getting they're using scare tactics and making people feel fearful about getting the vaccine through media. Okay, I understand that. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, not only in the media, but also in a religiosity, because they're trying to tag that with the mark of the beast, and they're calling the vaccine 666. So, I mean, all kinds of things are coming from every which way against this coronavirus vaccine. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why we have to educate ourselves, Amy, and we have to look to our PCPs and our primary care providers and get more information. If you don't want to trust the CDC, if you don't want to trust the media, if you don't want to listen to others, then you go and listen to your primary healthcare provider who's been taking care of you for years and hear and what they have to say about the matter. My patients, I'm telling them, if you are well enough to get the virus, if, to get the vaccine, go ahead and get the vaccine. If you have an immune system that is weakened, forget about it. If you're pregnant, forget about it. If you have a history of anaphylactic reactions, forget about it. This one ain't for you, not this time. But if you're healthy and you're well, and we want to get this behind us, just like they did with the polio, just like they did with the MMR, when with all of the history tells us this is how it goes. We have an outbreak, the scientists get to work, and we come up with a vaccine, and then we move on forward. And that's what I'm hoping is going to happen during this time as we move past this outbreak, despite the conspiracy theories or
Well,
despite. Go ahead.
and I see you still had to go on. You see how you just had to add extras to that? You could have left it right where it was at. That was fine.
Ah,
So
you know,
anyways,
I like to.
you mentioned I know. Um medical conditions. See, a lot of people don't explain that in depth like you just explained that. You know what I mean? I think if more people would explain it the way you just did, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Mm-hmm,
And they're not, I mean, I think generally they're saying like if you have a serious health condition, those who are at high risk, they're just saying it like that, but they're not breaking it down and saying if you have a pre-existing condition or
mm-hmm.
I can't remember all what you named off. Well, we'll repeat that again. What you named off. If you have these conditions, then don't
If you're
take the shot
immunocompromised,
or vaccine.
see, we both saying it. If you're immunocompromised, such as you have an autoimmune condition, such as lupus, different various autoimmune conditions. If you have HIV, things that weaken your immune system, this one's not for you. If you have anaphylactic reaction history, where you're walking around with an EpiPen and things like that in your purse, this one's not for you. If you're pregnant, you can't get this vaccine. Okay? So the CDC has outlined or given us guidelines as to who's a candidate to receive this vaccine this round. Eventually, in the future, when maybe they'll broaden it out, but for now, those are the classes of people who are excluded from getting the vaccine at this time.
Okay. Oh Lordy, that's a lot of information. Hey, look, if y'all don't have a nurse practitioner or a PCP, she's not a PCP. She's a nurse practitioner. I know some people think that the nurse practitioner is their PCP, primary care physician, because that's the only person that they see sometimes. They don't hardly see the doctor sometimes. They always see the nurse practitioner, and they feel that that's their healthcare provider. So if you don't have a healthcare provider, go check out my sister. You on Buckeye and
I'm on. I'm at. I don't even know the cross streets, but I'm in Buckeye at First Family Medicine. But Amy, just to clarify, we are PCPs. We're primary care providers. Primary care
yeah, but
provider.
Robin, in the insurance world, when I work on the insurance medical claim side, processing claims, when people called in, members, we call them members, called in, and they would say that if I was looking up primary care physicians, because you got general,
Mhm.
surgeon,
That's just by the
all
way.
the
That's
different
just by
ones.
the way. That's just by the way.
No, I know I'm just giving more in-depth information. I'm probably giving too much information.
Mhm.
When we look it up, if we're looking up PCPs, nurse practitioners don't come up. Do you see what I'm
But they're
saying?
coming up now because we're getting our own panels now. But that's
Yeah,
by
we would have to specifically look up nurse practitioners. Yeah, we giving away too information. We going too
that's by the
far.
way.
Anyways, huh?
I said that's by the way.
Yeah, that's by the way. I'm having issues hearing you for some reason.
I can hear you. I can hear you. But yeah, the whole
Okay.
purpose,
All right.
the whole
Anyways,
point,
back
the
to what we were
whole
saying.
point of what we're saying is that I'm advising people if you're healthy enough to get the coronavirus vaccine. If you're not healthy enough, then don't worry about it. You just stick to your vitamin E, you stick to your vitamin C, and you stick to your healthy regimen, your exercise, your water, increasing your water intake. Those things that anyone can do to protect themselves. We stick to the mask wearing and the hand washing if you're not healthy enough. That's all I'm saying.
You got a lot of good information.
Hmm. I'm I'm a well of knowledge.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And you know what? If we don't understand the lab results, we just send them over to her and she'll interpret it.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yep.
Everyone who's watching, if you have a question, if you have a comment, please don't forget to put your comment in the section, and we will definitely try to address your question or your concern as it relates to this topic, and
Yes,
then the topics that we'll be discussing further.
yes. And we don't have nobody in the chat talking yet because I
Mom
can't see it.
said
Remember, I'm
hello.
still on my phone.
Mom said hello.
Oh, hey, mom.
Hmm.
Hey, mom.
Hello. All right. So maybe they just taking a listen to take time to hear what we're saying about those vaccines.
I
Because I
think
know
so.
it's a hot topic.
That's what
Hot
they
topic.
doing.
Hmm.
It is a
Oh,
hot topic, and it's actually a contra, huh?
hi Kim. They saying hi now.
Oh, hey, y'all. Hey, Kim. I haven't seen
Yes.
you in a long time.
Oh, that's a different Kim, Amy. That's my workout partner at the gym.
Which Kim?
You don't
Oh,
know
you
that
got
Kim.
to be specific. You got to be
This is Kim
specific.
Barber. Kim
You got to
Barber.
be specific because I can't see the chat right now.
Oh, they're saying this is
I
great
thought you had it
information.
fixed to where I can see it.
I can see it. I can see him.
Oh, I can see it now, but okay, I see. Okay.
You can see him.
I can see it, but I can't see us. I can only see the comments on the phone. I can't see
Okay.
you.
Let me read them to you, Amy. Kim Barber, she says, I'm worried about taking the vaccine. What are you worried about? What do you tell me exactly what you're worried about? I know it's new. I know they have conspiracy theories. I know it's a new thing, so a little bit of anxiousness is normal.
Well, I know for a fact that
Okay, she said, I have asthma. Asthma is not a contraindicated unless you have a history of allergic reactions or anaphylactic reactions to medicines or foods or things like that. That's not contraindicated for the vaccine. She said, but
is she
working out.
responding?
She said, but working out with you. I'm not sure what that's about.
Oh, that's nice.
She said, oh,
She
good.
said, but working out with you.
She said, but oh, good. So she's bringing out a good point that people are worried about getting the vaccine, Amy, but I think a little anxiety is normal because it's a new thing. You see what I'm saying? Anything that's new is associated with a little bit of anxiety. That's why, Kim, just do your research when you feel comfortable, if you feel comfortable. That's why in this country, it's your decision. You know what I'm saying? It's your final decision. But I told everybody I already have my appointment. I'm already scheduled for mine. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know if I have any side effects or anything like that. Um, but a little bit of anxiety is normal. Very, 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 very normal.
Well, I know one thing. I really don't want to take that vaccine because I have a whole lot of questions myself. So
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm personally on the fence. So I have to do more research. I haven't done any research. I haven't done any research on it, and I need to do some research on it. And then I might have some podcasts on it. By the way, I also have a podcast called She Said That Out Loud. So if you want to subscribe, go
Hmm.
to She Said That Out Loud. It's available on all social media platforms.
Yes. All right, Amy. The comments are there. We can go on to the next comment, the next conversation if you like.
Oh, see, this that's an interesting transition from what we was talking about to what I want to talk about right now. That's like night and day.
See,
I don't even know if I
girl.
want to talk about it now. I'm not even sure if I even want to talk about it now. That was serious conversation.
Yeah, Amy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, so let's finish this conversation on church hurt. I want to go back to this because there's so many layers. There's so many layers to the onion that we have to pull back into expose what's been going on. And maybe expose is not a good word. What other word can I choose besides expose?
Uh, enlighten, enlighten the audience, or give insight.
Enlighten. I like that one better. Enlighten.
Hmm.
Give insight. I like that one too.
Hmm.
Um to talk about this hurt that people experience in church. Now, I
Okay.
know sometimes people feel like it's not real. Some people have that philosophy. I'm not sure why they feel that it's not real. And these are
Hmm.
people in high, I don't want to say high, pastors of
Hmm.
churches. And I heard some noise up there. That must be DeAndre up there. Anyways, that threw me off. Um, So, anyways, back to what I was saying.
Okay.
These pastors. What was I saying? That
You say
really threw me off. I was
you
like,
say
what's that noise up there?
you talking about digging back into the church hurt.
Yes, yes. So this particular pastor who said this, he was a pastor. Let me just cut it off right there. He's a pastor, and he said he didn't feel that there was any such thing as church hurt.
Hmm.
And I don't know if the pastor has a different definition of what church hurt is or his perspective is different. But to me, it just simply means that the hurt happened at the church.
Hmm.
Whoever hurt you, it happened at the church.
Right.
And so I definitely think that it's real. We talked about people in the ministry. Yeah, people in the ministry dating. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so funny that a few days after we talked about it, and I wanted to be specific and say ministry, you wanted to make it broad and say Christians. I wanted to narrow it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I specifically wanted to talk about that, because leaders in the ministry, pastors in the ministry, bishops, whoever it is, because people put them on a pedestal and they think that they can't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? That's not realistic to have somebody have a view like that of somebody. They date. They
Right.
they get mad. They do everything that everybody else do. And
Mm-hmm.
so next thing you know, we see in the tabloids that they're attacking Pastor Jamal Bryant, talking about some things that's going on in his love life. And I like the way he handled it, to tell you the truth. It's on YouTube. Go check it out on YouTube on his page.
Mm-hmm.
It was like he was his own lawyer in the case. In the case, he had his little blue binder notebook, and he was making accounts for. He's basically like, if you're gonna throw some stones, make sure your house is in order, because boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And he was like, and if you didn't realize it, I've been divorced for 11 years. So if this lady is coming out, to me, it's almost like, what's that movie we like? Uh, The Family That Prays.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when she said she came up to the mother-in-law and she was crying because she had just realized that her husband was cheating?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's her name? I can't think of her name. You know who I'm talking
Uh,
about. Kathy
uh,
Bates or something like
yeah.
that.
Kathy Bates.
Is it Kathy Bates?
Yep.
She was like, oh, you loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you just a woman scorned without a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
So she was somebody that wasn't selected. She wasn't chosen. He don't want you no more. Look, I might be talking too much. This is my opinion. I don't know if this is true.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm saying is, to me, she coming out talking to Larry Reed and doing all this, because this is what you told me,
Mm-hmm.
talking to Larry Reed. Lady, you just trying to wreck his name because you wasn't chosen to be the one. That's how I look at it. Because it ain't going to make me stop watching him because of that. You know what I'm saying? So they have situations that they go through just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, we opened up that can of worms on last week when we started talking about we was talking about dating in the church. We're too much talking about church hurt at that time. Remember? We were
No, we
talking.
mixed both of them together. We mixed them
Oh,
both
okay.
together a little
Oh,
bit.
okay. Okay.
Remember? We talked a little bit about.
Both. Okay. Okay. So I said that I agree that pastors are going to date. They will date because how are they going to find their spouse, Amy? The dating is just a time of getting to know one another. It's just a time to get to know one another. But it is ironic that right after we had that conversation, it came out about
It sure did. I was like, how
it
did that happen like
just
that?
came right out. But
I was like, how did.
that's good. Some people are like you, Amy, and they're not going to use that against them. They're not going to hold that against them. And then there's another batch of people that say, "Oh no, I ain't going to listen to him anymore. Oh, he's doing." The man is single. You know he's going to date. You know he has to find his bride, Amy. So I know people don't want to believe that they pastors dating somebody. They just don't want to believe it, Amy. You're right. They put people put them on a pedestal. You are so right. But they will date. They will do everything that anybody else would do, Amy, in this here flesh. Because they're human beings.
Even the arguing, they even have arguments in
Of
their
course.
house.
They're just like anybody else, except that they are called to
Yeah.
pastor
Ain't nobody,
and to shepherd.
I'm sure, I'm sure he or she ain't walking around quoting scriptures all day. That to me, that don't even make no sense. You need balance. Like, you can't be walking around the house quoting scriptures all day just because you on the ministry board. Like, come on now.
Yeah, people just got to talk normal. You got to have a normal life. Amy, let's see what the comments say. Mom says, let's put that on the screen. There has always
Put what
been,
on the screen?
I put it up there. There has always been
Oh.
people in the church that can hurt you. Why? The church is filled with hurting people. They will use the Bible to beat you up in the name of the Lord. Judging is huge. Why? Because there are different standards we set for the pastor.
It is. It's different
Yes.
standards. And then they'll give you a scripture to justify their perspective.
Mm-hmm.
They'll give you a little snippet. And it seems like it fits for that
Yeah.
situation.
Uh-huh. Because, Amy, you know you can use any scripture to justify what you wanted to say. I repeat, Amy, did you get that? Any scripture to
Yeah.
justify whatever you want to do. If you want to cuss somebody out, then you'll find a scripture that says, I'm gonna cuss them out, Amy. Then I'm gonna use the scripture. Old things have passed away, and behold, all things have become new. Don't. Why are you talking about that? That's old. Yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to go do something, you'll find something to justify that. Taking it out of context, Amy. Taking it out of the context of which it was written to justify what you want to do. That's a scary individual, Amy.
That is a scary individual. I just thought about something. I just thought about like them cults and stuff like that. My mind went somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll justify anything you want to do, Amy.
Ooh, that's scary. But anyways, yeah, that was very interesting that I ended up seeing that video and we had just got through talking about that just a few days before.
Yeah. And the church hurt people.
But
Go ahead.
Robin, I don't understand why they keep, unless I'm not paying attention to nobody else. Well, yeah, I know TD Jakes. TD Jakes is always in the clear. He is gonna be doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear about nobody else. Nobody's bothering Noel Jones. Nobody's bothering anybody. I mean, you know what I mean? There's certain people that they choose to pick on for some reason. I don't know why.
Sorry about that. Sorry
I
about that.
said, did you hear me?
You were saying nobody ain't bothering Noel Jones. See, they bothered him already. They
Yeah.
bothered him when he did that reality show. They bothered Noel Jones back then. They bothered Deidre Hatton when he did that reality show. But they all keeping quiet right now during coronavirus. They all keeping quiet. But see, Pastor Jamal Bryant is moving and shaking things, Amy. He's moving and shaking. COVID or no COVID, he making stuff happen. He putting shoes on the feet of people who don't have shoes. He's feeding the hungry of those who don't have food. He's doing ministry in the middle of the coronavirus. So he's not in the background. He's in the forefront, Amy. So whenever you're in the forefront of moving and shaking and doing things, making things happen, both in the Christendom and in the politics, because he speaks to politics as well. He's doing things. So yes, they're going to try to crucify him. They're going to try to shut him up. They're going to try to set him down. They're going to try to amplify his shortcomings because they want him to shut up, because he is moving and shaking in every arena. He has a bright light that's shining in the darkness.
I'm glad you mentioned that bright light, because I was going to bring up that bright light that me, you, and Sharon was talking about this morning. What you just said confirmed exactly what we said, because Sharon said, if you are the light, what did she say?
If you the
what did
light,
she say, Robin?
The light cannot be hidden, pretty much. You
Say it
cannot
again. Say it again.
if you're light, then you just have to shine. You don't have to make anything happen. You don't have to try to do it yourself. If you have the light, Amy, if you are a light, you are going to shine regardless. You cannot be hidden. Your light will shine bright. Even if you try to dim it, even if you try to dim that light, you shine. You have to shine.
Well, and another piece to what she said was, even if someone tries to throw something on top of you, it's going to catch fire and they'll see you even more because you're the light.
Yes. Yes.
So that's deep. She said, even if they try to throw something on you, because you're the light, it catches fire and people see you even more.
Huh. 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 Amy, if you are a light, you can't even dim the light. You can try to dim the light, Amy, but you cannot be hidden. Because if you're shining
Mm,
bright, expels darkness. Try it. Go in
mm,
a dark room. You could just do a flicker. You could just have a little flat, what is that thing called? A lighter. And you'll be able to illuminate that whole area with just that little flicker. It expels darkness. Like I was using the example of Whitney Houston was a big, bright, shining light to the world. And when she hooked up with Bobby, she even said it out of her own mouth. She was trying to dim her light. She wanted to dim her light so that he could shine brighter because they had that jealousy or competition thing going on. And I said, no matter how she tried to dim it, you can't dim it. You just light, Amy. So the only thing you can do is just shine. Right.
wow.
Just shine. You just show up
Woo.
and the atmosphere turns to light just because your presence has arrived.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. And so
Hmm.
basically, there's a lot of people trying to dim his light.
They trying, but it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna be successful, Amy.
No. Mm-mm. And you know what? And he knows how to come back and defend himself. He was literally acting like he was a lawyer in his own case,
Amy,
defending himself.
if you have not known, most pastors, most preachers, they can talk. They have the gift of an orator. They can talk, so they can defend the scripture. They can use that same gift that they're defending scripture, but to defend anything, to talk, to back up this, and people will listen. Why? Because they're shining. Hey, oh, if they're
Mm.
in the pulpit, they're shining. If they're on the Facebook Live, they're shining. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you
Shining.
corner the preacher that's shining and got a bright light, put him in a dark room and watch and ask what's his name, Daniel. Daniel was in the lion's den, Amy, and his light showed up, and the lions closed their mouth.
Mm.
Woo! Oh, we can look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Amy, the light showed up, and the fire could not burn them up, Amy, because the light met the light, and it just illuminated the whole place. Let me stop it, Amy. Let me stop. You know, I always got to get to a preach.
Woo. Let's get to the comments. Let's get to the comments.
All
Let's get to the
right,
comments. See what
let's see.
everybody's saying.
All right, here we go. Kunle is in the house. He said, "You two, you talk about wrong association, sister. Right on point. Ooh, go into death. Go into Kunle. Go
Yeah,
into
going
death.
to death. We need you to
Talk
go.
about wrong association, sister. He must be okay. Go into depth on that. Oh, Kim Barber says
We
that
need
she
more.
she loves Jamal. She loves him. I told her we love him too.
Me too.
Mom said if you are liked by the majority, you get a buy ticket. I don't understand.
if you are liked by the majority, you get it. You get a buy. Oh, she's saying she. I think she's saying you get a buy ticket. Mom, you're gonna have to explain that one. Give us more. Explain. I don't know.
Kunle says, "Am here." Okay, tell us more, Kunle. Tell us more. Tell us more.
What are the other comments?
That's all.
Oh, on my side, I can see like 19, but I can't. I have to click on it.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. That's it.
So
Okay.
go ahead.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm glad we talked about that, and hopefully that could have helped somebody and give them some better understanding of number one, the coronavirus, and then number two, understanding that pastors and leaders in the church, they're human beings experiencing the same thing. They got the same trials and, well, I don't know about the same, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
They're human,
yeah.
and
Kunle said
so they're gonna do
he
these
was talking
things.
he was talking about Whitney and Bobby, the association.
Oh, Whitney and Bobby.
We was talking about the light. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
got
okay,
it.
okay, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh-oh, I hit the wrong.
What did you
Okay,
click on?
I'm back. I am back. All right.
But anyways, what else were we supposed to talk about?
Yes. So you was doing a review. We had talked about the vaccines. If you missed the vaccines section, please go back when we're done. Watch the video again. We gave so much information about the corona vaccine, and told everybody that I have an appointment for the vaccine because I'm healthy enough to take it. If you're not healthy enough to take it, then pass. All right. And we also talked about dating. We talked a little about church hurt, and we talked about the light, Amy. We talked about the
Oh yeah,
light
we
that
got
cannot
stuck
be
on the
hidden.
light. We got stuck. I think we probably need to go ahead and continue talking about the light, if you ask
Okay.
me,
Okay.
because that's a good topic, especially being that we're um, in a time where people are just there's a lot of anxiety
Mm-hmm.
and stress. Unemployment is about to run out for some people if it haven't already ran out.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out how they're gonna pay their bill or mortgage or apartment bill, whatever the case may be.
Uh-huh.
So just I say just keep on talking about the light.
Okay. There's a comment, Amy, here. It says Jamal deserves to date and his family is amazing. Never thought it was an issue. Good pastor and person. Yeah, Kim, it shouldn't be an issue that the pastor is dating, but people make a big deal about it because the pastor's unwed and he's dating. And Lord knows, don't let him date more than one person at a time, Amy, because that'll be on
Oh my
headline news.
goodness.
But he is a good person. Yes, he
Well, I
is a good.
found out I found I don't know him personally, but one day we may know him,
Mm-hmm.
Robin, and we may talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and speak that into existence.
Okay. Look, we'll have a
But
sit
anyways,
down. We'll have a sit down with him, Amy.
so I just thought about something. Different people have different interpretations on what dating is. I was
Mm-hmm.
talking to Sky the other day, and Sky's my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's 23. Um, yes, I have a 23-year-old, and I have a 25-year-old, and I have a 21-year-old. Okay, so and a grandbaby. So back to what
Yeah,
I was saying.
grandmother. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a grandmother. Oh lordy, I'm a grandmother. Anyways, that threw me off again.
They have People have different perspectives on dating.
They
We were
have
talking
different
to Sky.
perspectives. They have different perspectives. Yes. So in her mind, she thinks that if you're dating, like you can just date anybody and do everything that you would normally do with somebody. And she didn't say it like that. These are my words.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's established that it's dating. And I said, no, I don't think that's true, because if you're doing things as if you're together
Mm-hmm.
and you find out that this person is talking to somebody else, you're going to get mad because
Mm-hmm.
you think you invested something in there and you thinking y'all exclusive, even though you haven't said you're exclusive.
Right.
But for some reason, she don't. I guess that generation looks at it differently. And I said, I'm sure if you looked at whoever's phone you talking to and seen that they were having some conversations with somebody else, you'd be upset because you don't want them doing that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you haven't solidified it because you think you got something going on there.
Right.
So, and then she understood what I was saying when I started giving her some examples and explaining it a little bit better. She understood, but she
Okay.
was still kind of like, that generation is different. So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
clarify. I know I gave y'all a long story, but let's clarify what dating is
Okay. Dating to me is the time.
versus, hold on, Robin, dating versus a committed relationship.
Oh, okay. Dating is a time where people can use that time to get to know one another. I guess I can say that broadly. Um, I guess they don't have to be a commitment if you're just dating this one and you're dating that one to figure out who you want to be with to before you turn it into a committed relationship. Um, but I'm just so old school, Amy. I don't know if you want to have this conversation with me. I'm so old school. I'm so old school. I'm so old school, and I don't believe in dating more than one at a time. I'm old. It's like that one that you spending time with. Then you spend time with that one, and you finish that one off first if it don't work before you go do something else. But this new generation, Amy, this new generation, they will be dating five different guys on five different nights and don't have no commitment to now none of them. Huh. And then if they get mad if they looking through their phone, oh Lord, and find something they don't want to see. Amy, but we so old
Look,
school.
I don't want to go through your phone. I don't want to go through your phone. I don't
I
want to
don't
go
go
through your
through
phone.
phones. I don't go through phones, but this generation, they go through phones, they go through social media accounts, they go through Messenger, they go through so many ways looking for stuff. It's just Amy, I don't know about this new generation. They dating is different. I was trying to define the dating. That was a politically correct way to put it. But me myself, you seeing one person and you spending time with them with the looking to see if this is the one or not, Amy. Not just for a
Yeah.
good time, not just to hang out, not just to what do they be saying they be doing? Uh what's that word they be using when it's like watching movies or watching movies but they really not watching movies. I don't know.
I don't even know.
I'm not sure. But old school mindset, one at a time. And the purpose is to see if this is the one. If that's not the one, you finish that one out. Then if you're gonna go to another one, that one is resolved. It's not keeping that one hanging on the sidelines and then get this one on the side. No, no. The purpose is to see if you're getting ready for marriage. That's my thoughts. Let's go to the comments because Zanetta then entered into the vicinity
Well,
and Shaheen just arrived.
well, listen, just hold on. Just for clarification, I don't go through phones no more. I used to go through phones. I used to go through phones, and trust and believe, if you go through phones, you're going to find something. So I learned that I don't want to go through your phone. I should be able to trust you that you're doing whatever it is you're doing. That's
Exactly.
a headache going through
Exactly.
somebody's phone. You got to confront them, and then they're going to be lying, and then do that.
Amy, you are so right. Just let it alone. Just let it alone. Shaheen is here, Amy, and she laughing. She just laughing. And then mom said the guidelines must be established from the first date. Zanetta says, what is that, Amy?
Paula Paula Ramos. Paula.
Oh, she gonna have to. It's almost like polygamous. Amy, let me get this light off of me. Hold on.
I have to look that up in the dictionary, Zanetta, just to figure out what that word is. But I think I think it means multiple women and men like that, like them. Well, no, no, no. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that.
What,
I
what
know
is
what you're talking about.
what is that word, Amy?
I think it's polygamy. I think it's polygamy.
Polygamorous. Anyway, I don't like the way that word sounds. Let's go to the next. ah! Kool-Aid says, thanks for your sincerity,
We're gonna have
sister.
to delete this one.
You're welcome. Kim says, I'm old school, and I think kids nowadays, everything is shared and it's scary. Yes, I agree. I don't know what happened to Amy. She should be coming back on. Oh, there she
Accidentally hit the wrong button. I had to hit the wrong button. I'm
okay.
old school too, to tell you the truth. And I've been with my husband for many years. We done been through a whole lot of things. I know some of y'all know our story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and but still, I prefer the one. You know, look, if you don't want to be with me no more, then you just go ahead and go do you. You ain't got to be lying to me. You ain't got to be doing nothing like that. Go on and do whatever it is you need to do.
Exactly.
What
You
is
don't have
it?
to lie to kick it,
So
Amy. You ain't got to lie to kick it.
no, what you lying about? What you lying for?
Uh, but she's right.
Okay,
These
you
kids
want you
these
ready to
days,
go? All right.
Zanetta said, surveillance dating relationships. Oh gosh, I guess she keeping an eye.
Surveillance dating relationship.
I think I guess they're keeping an eye.
Surveillance.
It's scary. They don't get it
Oh,
in this generation. Yes, they are another
but you
generation.
know what? I Robin, I think she's calling that people who be looking at phones and putting trackers on cars and all that kind of stuff. They're
Hmm.
considered surveillance. That's
Yeah,
surveillance type relationships. Ah,
yeah, they watching it.
that's the headache.
They said that what I was thinking of earlier. They said it's Netflix and chill. A couple of people are saying it's Netflix.
Oh, okay, okay,
I don't want no Netflixing
okay.
and chilling around these pods.
Well, not especially not around the corona when dealing with the coronavirus. Like, it's
Oh,
interesting how the dating scene. I wonder what the dating scene is like during this pandemic.
yeah, it's really strange. I'm sure.
Oh, I look, we just got the answer. Joe said he's accepting applications. So I guess dating hasn't slowed down. Corona hasn't slowed anybody down from dating or doing anything. Obviously, he talking about he accepting applications.
Okay, Joe, everybody is our brother. He is accepting applications. Joe, you may want to put a profile pic up there. Since you accepting applications. Oh, that's so funny. Hey, man, I don't know people kissing these people with during the coronavirus if it's not your husband.
I think people
Or
still
if you're
are.
not
I
in
don't
the same
think
house, if you're not in the same house, if you're not living in the same house, are you oh, it's scary.
I think some people are just doing what they normally do and they are just don't get it. They just don't get it. But
Girl,
to each his own.
to each its own. Somebody's James say he's watching from Canada.
Oh, hello.
Thanks for
Oh, she
watching.
said she's had a fiance for 30. I think he said 38 years.
Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute.
that's
Wait,
y'all
wait,
married. That's
Kim,
that's that's basically married. I mean, come on now. 38 years.
I have a fiance for 38 years. I'm 42.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
How?
Fiance for 38 years. What happened? Why didn't y'all solidify it?
Oh, wait. It says my fiance and I have known each other for 38 years. She didn't say they were together for 38 years. She
But
said they've
still, that's a long
known
time.
each other.
That's still a long time. That's a long time. You know
But
that person.
Kim, tell us, have you been engaged 38 years? Or you just been knowing him for 38 years? 'Cause that's a big difference. And mom said, don't
Mom
trouble.
said, all right. On that note, I don't want to know no answers. You ain't got to answer my question when it comes to that 38 years. You ain't got to, let's move on. My mom said, don't trouble you. So I'm going to go ahead and leave
No,
that alone.
she's talking about going through those phones and looking for stuff. And you look like Big Mama right there.
Mom, you late. You got to put that comment in the right time we're talking about it so it coincides.
But she said she dated him for 16 years. That's still a long time.
Oh, that's a long time.
Hmm. Now
That's
they're
a long
engaged.
time. That's a long time.
I think she want me to sing at the wedding, Amy. Me, 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 me,
Well,
me.
congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Congrats. So they dated and they just got engaged. Okay. They ran into each other 31 years ago. So it wasn't the whole time.
Oh,
That's good. She said needed our own space. I
you
think you
need
got
to write a book about that.
I know. Give us insight.
Give us some
Oh,
insight. I already see a book coming. Needed our own space. We was together 31 years.
hmm.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, it'll be a page turner. It'll be page turner. But yeah. I always wondered, Amy,
It's already an hour, Robin.
yeah, it's been an hour, but I always wondered, Amy, do you believe in long engagements?
Um, I mean, I guess it just depends on the people, the person.
You,
Um,
you,
oh, I never really thought about it. I never really thought about it. I mean, I guess if that light needs to be DeAndre. I thought I just seen him back here. Um, I never thought about it. I don't think you have to be engaged for a long time and before you know that someone is for you. I think
mhm,
if you know someone's for you and it's working out and everything's good, you compliment that person. They compliment you. Y'all both got some success principles and mindset and stuff. Y'all know where y'all gonna go. I mean, I don't think you have to be dating for a long, long time or engaged for a long time.
mhm.
Especially since we know our mom, she wasn't even engaged that long. And how long was they engaged before they got married?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
can you do something to this
She
light?
gonna have to answer that
It wasn't
question on.
that long. It was only,
She
yeah,
gonna
put
have to
that in
answer
the
that.
chat. And it was not, but what I'm saying is it wasn't that long. And here they are, they're thriving, having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Hmm.
that one over there is doing something.
Zanetta says,
You know what I mean? They enjoyed their years. They're enjoying their years together. You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
so I don't believe in a long engagement. I think just for myself, um, I think that if you already know that's your husband and you're going to marry him, as long as you got time to plan the ceremony and stuff, invite some people. I don't think it should be long. Like my engagement was like 4 months or something, Amy. I think my engagement was 4 months long enough to secure the hall and to make preparations. Zanetta says exactly what's the purpose for the long engagement. You know.
Um, and this is just my opinion. I think that if it turns into a long engagement, there's things that's probably going on. Either someone's not ready to commit, or maybe it's finances, or maybe it's cheating, or maybe it's you don't want to deal with this person and they wait, but you like being around them, but you really don't want to let them go. I mean, I think it's a whole bunch of things
Yeah.
that come into place when you're
Hmm.
talking about being in long engagements or whatever. But if you got the finances and the resources and both of y'all know what you want to do, I don't think you have to be in a long engagement. You could be engaged for 60 days. I don't know.
Hmm.
You could be engaged. You could be engaged the same. I mean, married the same day.
Hmm.
Somebody asked you. We live in Las Vegas. Go right out there and get married
And get
immediately.
married that
I know
same
for a
hour.
fact, me and Greg. I know for a fact, like me and Greg, it took us a long time to get married because we had a lot of different things going on in ourselves. But when we decided that we were going to get married, the next Saturday we were down at the doggone uh, chapel in Phoenix. Look, at the chapel, $120 or whatever it was.
Hmm. Yeah, I think some people, and
Oh,
some
and then
people,
we renewed our vows, and that was different.
yeah, some people, Amy,
There's a delay.
some people, um, look at the relationships in their family or the relationships of their parents, and they get scared. And some people just don't want to go that route. They'd rather stay in the engagement, or they rather stay fiancés because they have a negative perception, like, oh, once we get married, everything's going to change. Once we say I do, everything's going to change. A lot of people have told me that. That's why I'm saying it. As soon as they said I do, they feel like everything changes, and they want it to stay thus the way it is. So they have that fear of of committing into this long term arrangement. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
whatever
I
the decision
think,
is.
well, the thing is, anytime you're with someone for a long period of time, there will be changes. You change as a person. You change, they change. You change, they change. But then you have to communicate. So you
Mm,
need to talk about those changes and figure out, like, okay, how we going to pivot from here, and this is going on and that's going on. Sometimes the spouse don't want to listen. Sometimes they don't want to listen. Then you got to
hmm.
figure out how to communicate with that person on their level.
Right, right.
If you know they don't want to hear yelling, don't come in there yelling. What you going in there yelling for? He ain't even gonna listen to you.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Look what she said, Amy. She said, we separated for 31 years, just ran into him 7 years ago, dated him when I was 16, and then he went to a different school. We found each other 1 year later. It's a great story. Oh,
Oh yeah, y'all was meant to
no,
be. Y'all tried to get away from each other.
we couldn't.
Y'all tried to get away.
Mom said dated in May and
Couldn't
married
get
in
away.
September.
Okay,
So
see,
4
see what I'm
months.
saying?
Zanetta says maybe fiancés cheat.
Finances.
Oh, well, why don't maybe finances laughing out loud cheating?
I think she's saying she probably leans towards the finances and the cheating.
Oh, okay. Part of that is not really knowing and then continuing to do the things that got them in the first place. Not,
Mm.
they're not really sure about the uh, marriage, and then continuing to do the things that got them there in the first place. You got to expound.
Hold on, go back to that so I can look at it again.
Oh, okay.
Part of that is not really knowing and continue to do the same thing.
I think she got to expound on that a little
Yeah, I
bit.
can look at that all kind of different ways. Oh, I got another notification. Goodness, I try to swipe up and it ended up taking me into Clubhouse.
James says communication is key to a successful relationship or marriage. You are so right. You have to communicate. It's essential.
Oh yes,
It
and
is
you
crucial.
that's something you have to learn. You have to teach yourself that. If you weren't really taught that, you have to learn how to communicate.
Yes, yes, you do.
with that particular person.
Hmm. The way
Oh,
you need to communicate with that person, how to
absolutely.
communicate with that your spouse.
So, Robin, remember, there was a part of the DISC assessment, one of the tools that I use, it talked about communication. Did you read that part?
I believe so, but
I
I
know
can't
we
remember.
went over it. Yeah, well, they on that assessment, it talks about how to communicate with Robinette, what not to say
Oh,
when communicating with Robinette. So, if anyone's interested in a DISC assessment, contact me and I can assist you with that. What does Zanetta say?
relationships moving from dating to marriage. Kim says, I was
Yes.
only married once, and he was what I thought was the love of my life, but he cheated, and he wasn't Jeff. He
And he
wasn't.
wasn't. Jeff is.
Oh, okay. He wasn't Jeff is. And we are almost awesome together. I'm still scared about getting married. Oh, okay. So she's just clarifying
Oh,
why
I
she's,
see.
yeah, she's just clarifying why she hasn't walked down that aisle yet. She's scared. And that's one of the
Well, so that's what I was about to say. That's one of the reasons why people are in long-term relationships. She just
reasons.
gave us another example of being scared, especially if you've already been married before and you're like, I don't want to get divorced again. That was too much. And then it's like, you know what? We might as well just keep it like that because like the way it is, because there's no strings attached. If I want to leave, I can leave.
Uh-huh. But I wouldn't let that past relationship hold me shackled when you have this awesome love affair going on right here, when you can just uh still remember what happened, but don't put that on Jeff. You see what I'm saying? Because this is a whole different relationship on this side versus what you had going on back there. You see what I'm saying? So loose the shackles and set yourself free. That's what I say.
Yes.
Set yourself free. Walk into your purpose. Amy, here's another one. Yes, learn how to communicate and disagree. Yes. Whatever you're
Going
doing.
back to what mom said, Robin,
Okay.
before you go on to Zanetta, um, one thing I think that people don't do while they're dating is planning the marriage. People plan what hall they gonna be in, what shoes they gonna wear, who's gonna be in the wedding party, what colors we gonna have. We go, I mean, down to the T. But no one's talking about how are we gonna handle conflict. How are we going to pay the bills? How are we going to buy a house, or are
Mm-hmm.
we going to put a down payment or are we going to put a down payment on a house, or are we going to go on a honeymoon? Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if a lot of people are asking these questions during the dating phase. I didn't
Yeah.
ask those questions,
Right.
but if I wasn't married, I definitely would be asking all those kind of questions. You got to plan that stuff out
You do.
and know in advance, how we're
Right.
going to do this
Right. I think that's why it's so essential to
and
go.
how we're going to disagree or whatever.
Yeah, it's so essential to go to a good premarital counseling. Go through good, and I repeat, good premarital counseling, because it'll bring out some of them issues that you didn't even think of to start talking about. You know what I mean? It'll bring out that financial piece. It'll bring out that uh, how to disagree and still continue on. It'll bring it all out. And things you didn't even think about because you all in love and everything. But when you sit down with that third party and start going through those questions, we had questions, we had all kinds of stuff we had to do before we said I do. And so that's why I'm a big promoter of premarital counseling, because it'll open up your eyes to a lot of different things.
We learned through on the job training. So, so I'm talking to you based on experience. We didn't have no premarital counseling.
You say you did on the job training. Oh Lord, that is so funny. Well, you on your end with your on the job training, and I went to premarital counseling. That is so funny. What's Anetta say?
So that's why I can give you some suggestions.
Mm-hmm. She said
What does Anetta say?
whatever you were doing when you were dating, you should continue doing once married. A lot of times people think you have to change when they really need to be reminded of how they fell in love. Mm-mm. Mm.
Hmm.
True.
Okay, I see what she's saying. So she basically saying, if you opening up my door when we dating, I expect you to open up the door. You keep opening up the door for as long as
Mm-hmm.
we married. Don't stop doing what it is that you were doing to get me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now you
Continue,
continue that
continue
to keep me. Okay.
to keep the fire burning. Mm-hmm. That's true. Um, then she said what Edna said. She said Robinette is singing at my wedding in my backyard if she will honor us. Yes, we'll
Oh, that'd
honor
be
you.
nice.
We will honor you for sure. I'll dust off these old pipes, Amy. Zanetta said, Amy, it's the best love story ever.
Oh Lordy.
She talking about you and Greg?
We've been through the storm and the rain. But oh, we made it.
Had a lot of
We
heartache
had
and
a lot of
pain,
heart.
but oh, I asked the Lord.
We made it.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, that's funny, Amy. Amy, I asked the Lord to send me some.
I asked the Lord. I asked.
Oh, Lord. That is so funny.
Oh, thank you, Zanetta. Thank you,
Yes,
Zanetta.
that
Thank you.
is
You've been
awesome.
there from the beginning. Zanetta knows what's
Yep.
going on. Zanetta has been there from the beginning.
Hmm.
So she knows.
Yep. Mom said, yes, my husband still opens the door 14 years later. That's nice.
Yes,
Amy,
14 years later.
I have to stop opening the door because I'm so used to opening my own door. Amy, all these years, guy, be like, I want to open the door. I'm like, oh, okay, let me stop opening.
Oh my gosh. If he want to open the door, let him open the door.
I automatically open the door instead of waiting. Well, sometimes I
You're
wait.
gonna have to, yeah, you're gonna have to just wait.
Just almost 14 years later, I'm still, I forgot. Oh, Lord. That is so funny.
Mm-mm-mm.
Trial by fire. I'm still a fan. Got the t-shirt. Yep. The Lanes days. Oh, she been around since we were in the lanes. Oh, Jesus. Amy, the lane
Yeah,
days.
those were the days. The lane days.
So,
Those were the days.
but yeah, Amy, we've been on for an hour and 21 minutes. We went over time because this conversation was so interesting. We didn't want to leave you guys hanging. We have discussed so many various topics. We've, Amy, just to highlight what we've gone through, we talked about the coronavirus vaccine at the top of the show. If you want to go back and view that, we talked about dating, church hurt. We talked about letting your light will shine in the darkness regardless. You can't dim it. We discussed having a long engagement versus short engagement. We have discussed so many various topics, and we want to thank you guys so much for your comments and so much for your input. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to like and share. If you're watching us live, don't forget to like and share this video. And tell us where you're watching us from. We got somebody from Canada, Amy.
All
Watching
right.
all the way from Canada. That's exciting. And if you like the show, tell somebody. Tell somebody about it. And I am your host, your co-host, Robinette Reed.
I
And you
wasn't
are,
ready for that voice. And I am Amina, your co host for Candid Conversations. If you
yes,
would like to reach out to me, I am on Instagram at iam.super.natural. That's my Instagram name. If you are interested in my podcast, it's called She Said That Out Loud. She Said That Out Loud. It's available on all social media platforms.
yes. And I'm Robinette Reed, and you can find me on at robinettereed.com. I'm on Facebook, Robinette Reed. I'm on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube, Robinette Reed. Uh, you can contact me. I also have some CDs. I have some music out there, just like Kim was promoting my singing. I do have some music on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon. I have some CDs and some music that you can download if you like, because I can sing a little bit here and there. But yeah, I put some projects out, and if you want to, you can definitely download that. I may even put a link on my Facebook wall in case somebody wants to download me some music just to enjoy some nice Christian music. All right. Well, we made it to the end of the show. Thank you guys for hanging with us all this time. And Amy, they hung in with us the whole time this time.
They hung in there. They hung in there.
Yes, 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 yes. All right. Everybody, clap your hands. Come on. Are you clapping your hands? Candid Conversations with me and my sister. Candid Conversation, won't you join in with us? Candid Conversations with me and my sister. Candid Conversations, won't you join with us? I couldn't hear you.
All right. I lip sync.
Thank you so much for hanging in with us. We love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Love you guys.
Thank
And then
you.
hit my sister up on her Instagram so that you can get those informations on how you can expand and how she can bring clarity to your personal situation. All right? Hit her up. She gave me
All right.
clarity. She gave me clarity. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy your week.
Look at this.